Hello, Renee Flamond here. You guys, this topic really gets me down. It really does. I'm so sad. But we really need to talk about it. We have to talk about this hate. Why is there so much? Just scrolling, just yesterday. And I'm going to stop giving examples because I've talked about this before and I usually cite examples that I see. You guys see it too every single day. And I'm not trying to perpetuate it, so I don't want to bring, in this video, I don't want to bring attention to the hateful comments. I just want to talk about why is there so much hate? Unnecessarily. Like you see a post, then someone does a hateful comment off topic of what their post is. They pick on something, they look at something in it, something behind them, something, the way they said something, the word they used. And then before you know it, you have 200 comments deep, a thread about the hateful comment. Which, I mean, thanks for the traffic, I guess, if you were the person that posted, but who wants that kind of traffic? I'm sure the person that posted would rather not have any of that traffic. I think that people are so quick to judge and it seems like people want to hate somebody. When did that happen? Social media has made it so easy, right? Because you're just sitting there at a keyboard, you can say and do whatever without ramifications. Although some people now have been getting in trouble with cyberbullying and such. But why so much hate? I'm talking about you're scrolling, you see something, you don't even know the person. You don't know what they went through that day, what they had in mind when they made that post, to whom the post may be directed. Maybe you don't even know their backstory, and boom, you come out with this comment or that. Again, look, you see them all over the place. Why? And my question is, why doesn't the person who feels all that venom just scroll by? That's what makes you the hater, the fact that you stop, hit comment, start to type, proofread it, and you decide, yes, okay, that's a good thing to put. And it's hate. So you went through all those steps and nothing inside you said, what is that on my wall? Am I losing it? There's a spot here. But nothing inside said, maybe don't post that. Oh, it's on the screen. I'm losing my mind. Maybe that's not a nice thing to say. Maybe that's not necessary. Maybe this person's going through a bad day and your comment's going to bring them over the edge. Is that nice? What are we thinking about? What are people thinking about? I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how unless one by one, Man in the Mirror, Michael Jackson, I love that song, Man in the Mirror. That's all you can work on is yourself. But everybody would have to collectively put a screeching halt to hateful behavior. When I go online, I see plenty that bothers me. And I scroll by it if it's inciting some kind of venom. I'm going to stop by and check in just to give someone hate. If you're online and you're scrolling, maybe you are even someone to do the posting and such. So would you want that hate? You know that person's not looking for that. Are you trying to be constructive? If you say to me, I sincerely just saw blah, 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 and I was trying to be, you can privately message someone. The amount of hatred within yourself you have to lash out and publicly bestow that on others that you don't even know. I don't even understand the insides of a person that walks around like that. And is that hard? Is that hard to be that way? So in life, that means to me your eyes are peeled for occurrences wherein you can drop a line. Like, are you that way at the store, upon checkout, at dinner with friends, at your workplace, with your family? Are you the person that's always trying to point something out, make a point, express discouragement or disinterest? Or I don't understand. Do those people need help? They need to be ignored. I think we've all learned that you shouldn't fuel the fire with some of those people. I tried recently because it was in defense of someone. I've gotten to know this link, a place, and then I saw somebody be hateful, and it was way too obvious that it was so off kilter that I entered in. Well, that person kept going and going and going, and I did one more, and I said, I'm done. I'm not getting into this. That person kept going. They wanted to fight with me. I don't even know either of these people. I just stood up for what I thought was a justice at that moment. And I wasn't fighting with someone. I wasn't spreading hate. I was trying to prevent hate. And normally I let the evil go by. I don't even want to get involved with those kinds of threads. Because then they suck you in and they'll say, well, you sound stupid. Like, they don't even know you. We're talking to each other like we know each other. Well, it's better to be, I'd rather be in the dark than a jerk. Or I'd rather be ignorant than... The names people are calling each other. When did this happen? Honestly, I don't remember that. From junior high, high school, going through life, my 20s, my 30s, I don't remember all the hate. How everyone is just out to get everybody else. And it doesn't even have to benefit the hater. They're just throwing it out there because they like it, some of them. I know a person that gets on the line, finds pages to argue. Which, if you feel that passionate about a topic and there are such pages and you can get your venom out to people that are looking to do the same thing and you want to play tennis inside the line on this topic with people, knock yourself out. I guess that's the healthiest way to go about it. But my question is, what inside of a person makes them want to do that? Be so combative, be so argumentative, be so filled with hate. Be so filled with a sense that they know everything. They know what's right. They know what they do. They do. More than you, more than the posts they're reading, more than all the commenters, more than their boss, more than their spouse, more than their siblings, more than their friends. You know the kind of person I mean, and it leaks into life. I don't get it. I don't get what all the anger is about. In my guess, those people are very insecure with themselves. You might go, well, duh. I know, right? It's an elementary guess, really. They have to be so unhappy inside yourself to lash out with so much ugly all the time. Nobody asked. You're unsolicitedly throwing in hate towards someone. And I just really want to know why. If there's someone that does that on a regular basis and you watch this video, tell me why. Well, some people just get me mad, or some people think that how do you know what they think or what they feel? They might have had an insurmountable burden they just overcame. And maybe they're trying to spread strength and love and joy, or get their anger out if one of them seems negative. But you don't have to fuel it. How about, I'm with you, man? Or how about, there's this one guy, he's trying to stop racism. Unbelievable. I love everything that this guy puts out. He gets hate. Hate. He's spreading love and ending racism, and he gets hate. There's nothing wrong with that message. That's like Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King Jr. type message. Inclusivity, no more barriers, all of it. Embracing all of it. And this man gets hate. I was floored. And that's when I said, you know what? It's just like with narcissism, our normal topic. There's nothing wrong with the person whose the hate is being bestowed upon. I don't mean they don't have faults. We're all fallible. We're all humans. What I mean is they didn't do anything to the person who unsolicitedly in public gave them hate. They didn't do anything in their post to warrant the hate. So that person must have something wrong inside of them, and they don't even see it. If you've had anyone in your life, I'm sure you've said, you might want to check yourself. Why are you so angry all the time? I'm not angry. Everybody else doesn't know what they're doing. Some people just go through life that way. They're ready. They're ready. They're like in a fighting stance. You probably know those people. They walk through life in a fighting stance. Bless their hearts. How do they feel like it? Can't they just be happy for others? We all know what that's about. Enough people have said it to you if you're someone that gets hate. And I've heard it said plenty of times. A lot of hate, when it's bestowed upon someone who's trying to do something for themselves, that's a jealousy. It's a jealousy. And if it is someone that's hated you in the past that you do know, who hates on you and hates on you, and it recently was reminded of this because I'm watching again Better Call Saul. Love. But the brothers, that was about jealousy. Charles was just jealous. And Jimmy's thinking, why? Jimmy has a way about him. He just has a way about him. He can get whatever he wants in life. Chuck takes the hard route, does it the respectable way. He sees things as coming easy to his brother. He's jealous. Hates him. No matter what Jimmy does, hates him. It's so sad to watch. And we've all known that, right? And it does come down, at least that's my opinion. And he feels he skirts this. There's a whole story. But in other words, I think it really comes down to he's just burned up. And if you have somebody that's hated you for years and years and years, and somebody tells you, well, they're jealous of you, that's the first answer that I usually get about a few haters I've had in my life. Well, they're jealous of you. And I always go, why? Because generally with these people, I have nothing in common anyway. Everything they do, I wouldn't want. Everything I did or have, they wouldn't want. With two opposite sides of the book. What are they jealous of? It could be like the Chuck and Jimmy McGill from Better Call Saul. Maybe they just feel things come easy to me. Maybe they feel I'm too happy all the time. Maybe they feel mad that I can be in good spirits despite having my own tribulations. Maybe they don't like that spirit that I'm always up and not down to argue and not down to fight. Maybe that's all it takes for them to be jealous. Why aren't you angry, or why don't you want to fight with me anymore? I've since stopped talking to people like that. I can't have people in my life who constantly are trying to bring me back down. And that's another thing. When somebody hates on you like this in your life, they don't want to see you succeed for a myriad of reasons. First of all, you won't need them anymore. If you've been leaning on someone and they see you're pulling yourself up, you might get some hate from people. Things are going to change, shift. You might not need them anymore. You might be busy at your new job. You get some feedback from someone. That's hate coming at you. I can't stand it. I'm so mad. I saw 3 things yesterday and today that made me so mad. And I want to know from haters, what are you thinking? But see, you can't do that, right? Like I'm looking in the camera. Tell me what you're thinking. Why do you do it? I want to know why. Not, well, she may be mad because, no, nothing to do with that. What about you makes you, because when somebody like that sits down and goes to get online, you're not telling me their wheels are already turning. Ooh, who can I get? That's how they approach it. When I scroll and go online, I'm looking for love, laughter, kindness, dancing, jokes. That's the mood I want to be put in if I'm taking an hour to scroll for the day. I'm not trying to find hate and arguments and back and forth and correcting people. If I see something I don't like, I scroll by it. How hard is it to scroll by it? Somebody else likes it, so let them like it. It's like a store. You don't like that store, you don't go in. Today, everyone's in everyone's business. Don't go in the store if you don't like it. I'm really not trying to sit here and give advice, but I'm scratching my head out loud, and I'd like to know your thoughts. What is it that makes people so inclined to be so hateful with each other? We're all here once. I'd like to think most of us are trying our best. Now, this isn't for a specific, well, I hate him because he wronged me and this, the business move. And okay, you have reasons to hate someone, that's different. I'm talking about haters. And many haters will say, I'm not a hater. Oh my God, look at your behavior. You don't even recognize yourself as one. That's a huge problem because now you're not even self-aware. At least the person I know who's going on the line in the pages to argue, he recognized himself as somebody like that. Yep, I like to argue. I'm going to get it out that way. Has an outlet. Tries to keep it out of his life. Is aware of that in him. What are the rest of the people doing? I really don't get it. Like, I'm sitting here on the line, and I think of what it takes. So you have to hit, you have to wait for it to pop up. Maybe if you're having a delay, you have to comment, and then you hit, yep, that sounds great. Yeah. Is that what you say? Do you feel bad after? You might have hurt someone's feelings. They don't even think about it later. They go on to the next one and put another hateful comment. So my question is to people like that, that's a lot of hate that you keep putting out into the world. What's coming back to you? And are you the person that has a lot of bad coming at you and you're always wondering, why me? Why me? The universe is down on me. Honey, that's karma. It's a real thing. If you continually put out hate into the world, don't put out kindness, don't put out appreciation, don't put out maybe just saying something that makes someone's day, what do you think is going to come back to you? You're putting out this energy. They say energy is finite. It all just comes and goes around. So that's the energy you're putting out. And you think what? That the universe is going to pick the energy it takes for you to win the lottery, or for you to be happy, healthy, and in love, or for you to have a nice promotion at work, or for you to have kids that love you, grandkids that call you. You think that's what's going to come your way? I'm picking all kinds of things, a wide array. I don't know who we're talking about. It's whoever you, but that's who you think good things are going to come into your life when you keep putting out hate? It doesn't work like that. And before a hater says, well, I got a promotion at work yesterday and I was mean to 3 people that morning, so your theory is not. Well, if somebody comes to say that, they're a hater, first of all, and how ridiculous. I'm not speaking literally. But things do come back around. Even if you're just walking around with that energy, you don't think other people in your daily life can see that? If you're a person that constantly goes online and is typing all this hate, and walks around thinking of things mean to say to people, and exercises that in your life, you don't think that other people in your life sense it? And so they're going to start to have a certain view of you? They're going to start to realize that you're somebody filled with all of this anger and strife? Maybe it's depression. Maybe you need a diagnosis. Maybe you need medication. Maybe none of those things are true, and you just need to look inside your heart. Like, why are you so filled with rage? There's so much rage in so many people. It's like social media allowed us to unleash our inner demons, inner mean thoughts, and everyone thinks they have to say every thought they have. I'm not saying when I was young, people didn't have ill thoughts about each other. I'm sure. But there was nowhere for somebody to say it. You wouldn't walk up to someone and say the things that you read online to people. You would never. In a million years. So people are free to type it all out, and other people that might be just trying to do something for themselves or for the world to make it a better place are getting hate as a result of it. I don't understand it. And I'll never get answers, like I said, because the people that are imposing this kind of behavior upon you, either in your life or online, they're just hateful people. They're hateful people. They're never going to be wrong. They're never going to say, oh, yeah, your way of looking. I'm sorry for my hateful comment. I see what you mean now. If you ever watch a hateful comment, the first one, that person remains with the conversation and comes back to every comment that they get on top of theirs. Maybe they were lonely. Maybe that's what they're looking for, interaction. Maybe they're all alone in their apartment somewhere, and that's the only way they get interaction. Maybe they think that's all they have to offer. Wouldn't that be sad? If there's a hater out there and never even tried being nice because somebody put them down their whole life and they think that's all they have to offer. I think of every possibility. And some of them are sad. If that's all you feel you can add, wow, somebody did a number on you. Try the other way for a while. Try the other way for 1 week. Everywhere you would have put a negative comment, everywhere you would have thought negativity, Replace it with positive. See if you can find something positive in the post, in the conversation with someone, in your interaction with someone, and talk about that to them instead. See if your life changes. See if you feel different about yourself. Maybe that'll make you sit up straighter. This behavior's got to make somebody be downtrodden. If I acted like that way all the time, I would be the miserableness that I'm putting out. I know how it would make me feel. I would be regretful all the time. These people aren't. I guess some of these people aren't. They're not even regretful. They just go and through life in this hateful manner. And they're always looking for an argument. It's the person that's arguing with the bartender about the bill. It's the person that's arguing with their friends about whatever. It's the lying to their family and friends. It's just filled with an angst that I don't understand. And I wanted to mention it today for many reasons. If you know somebody, if you are somebody, if you are involved in this kind of thing at all, there are better ways to handle it than egging them on. I used to argue a lot. And I've told you, now I ignore. It's my new thing. And it brings me such a sense of peace that what I've now done is I've sat back, because I have some haters in my life around me. I've had haters. And I sit back and I remove myself from the picture and I watch. Oh, wow. Once you take yourself out of it and you don't engage and you don't I would try to explain my story. I would try to, Once you take yourself out, it's so funny to watch people's behaviors. Trying to get my attention, misbehaving, trying to get my dander up, trying to get me to say something, trying to get me to... It's funny to me now because I'm not in it anymore. I'm so far removed out of it that nothing that's happening has anything to do with me, but it's trying to get my attention. And I just watch. And it's so obviously hilarious how some people will trip over their own feet to try to make a point and make you be mad and make you fight with them and make you argue with them and get you to respond. Our narcissist does that. Our narcissist definitely does that. They'll say anything. They try to get you angry just to get you to respond. Because if you're in no contact, that's our normal topic of conversation as we know on this channel. And if you're, doing the no contact with someone who has that disorder and you stick to it, they're going to start slinging hash, throwing hate, yelling at you in the text, leaving screaming messages, anything to get you to respond. When you sit back and remove yourself, the behavior is laughable. Because if this person is a hater and their target is you for whatever reason, there's no telling what they could do. And if you allow them to stay in your life with no improvement on their behalf, it can bring you down. And if you're online, in social media or whatever, and people are hating, please do not let that, don't internalize that. I look at those comments and I feel bad. I think, what is happening in their day today? It's kind of one of the reasons I made this video. I kind of went at it from another angle. Not, they're a jerk, oh my God. I kind of was like, the poor things. Like, are they alone? Do they need attention this badly? Are they hateful? Are they miserable? Was somebody mean to them? I don't get it. I'll never get it. Just hate, hate, hate. And I think we need to look at it. And if you know someone and they're doing that to you, try to get them some help. Try to find out why they're so angry. I never get answers or got answers when I tried that route with people that were in my life. But try it. See, is there a reason that you're so angry? Like, if you know it's not you, but you keep getting hate from a certain relative or a certain friend, and you just know it, you can hear the snarky comments. Why? That's what I was like, why? Do I bother you? What did I do? Well, it's just your way. I got that once. Oh, okay. Thank you. So there's nothing then. I did nothing. Got it. You got to look for this. And I don't want you to be subject to having a hater either online or in your life and internalizing it, because it can make people very upset. and we are already feeble-minded, having gone through this experience with narcissistic personality disorder can leave you reeling from pain. And now you're going to add haters. Don't allow them to get under your skin. In fact, pity them and just try to think, what are they going through? If anyone can give me an answer, I'd love one, because I just don't, no matter what anybody says, I don't understand it. Like, in other words, I'm thinking of a hater maybe chiming in and saying, well, sometimes people are just so stupid, I need to tell them. Do you need to tell them? Do you need to tell them? And have you ever been stupid? And have you ever said anything off color or off kilter? Or maybe they needed to post what they posted that day. Or maybe your person in your life needed to do what they did in their life, and you're mad at them. You're jealous of them. You're bestowing your jealousy upon them, and people can see it. You're green. I started to look, and I think people are right. I think there was a jealousy there. For whatever reasons, but I just think that there is. There was, there still is, yeah. And I'll never understand it. I don't have jealousy. I've never been jealous of this person, anybody. I was a very late bloomer. I had cousins and friends, but all like homeowning and getting married and having children before me. I was happy for every one of them. Some people don't roll like that, and they get jealous. If you get more, or you get yours, or you get ahead, or you get something, they get jealous. They just do. And that's the part that confuses me. What is it in you that gets so hateful and jealous? It's an ugly emotion. God, it's ugly. And it drives people to war. Of course, it's one of the oldest emotions ever. Jealousy, rage, hate. It's all wrapped up. And I just ask, like, decide where you are. And what are you going to be in the world? Are you going to add to that, or are you going to help heal that? I guess I've made my decision long ago. I'm trying to heal all that. I don't want any of that in the world. But I wish you well if you're going through something that makes you feel that being a hater is the way to go. I thank you for watching. This Off Topic Friday is very, very sensitive, and it's hard to talk about. It makes me sad. And I just wish everybody could see the positive. Can you imagine social media if it turned into one big love fest? Picture it like if it were a sitcom and somebody made a complete turnaround in everyone's mind, and social media was one big love fest. Well, good for you. I'm so happy you did that. You completed school. How wonderful. Well, isn't that lovely? You're not, well, you know what I mean? If we took that out of it, the world would be such a beautiful place. More beautiful if we were all helpful and stuff. That's all I'm trying to say. Please go ahead and hit sub, like, and share if I didn't say that already, and I will see you next time.